Hello, this is Erickmedicineonline. Welcome to this episode where we are going to take a look at a certain condition known as abruption placenta. Placenta is an organ that normally develops inside the uterine cavity during pregnancy and normally functions to provide nutrients, oxygen to the growing fetus, and at the same time, it functions as an excretion organ for the growing fetus. In abruption placenta, the placenta separates from the uterine cavity prematurely before birth. Normally, the placenta is supposed to be attached at the uterine wall or at the uterine cavity until the time of delivery, until the time of labor for delivery. However, in abruption placenta, the placenta detaches or separates from the uterine wall prematurely before delivery point. It normally happens in the third trimester, just few weeks to the delivery time. The cause or some of the causes for abruption placenta are acute trauma in the abdomen of the expectant or rapid loss of amniotic fluid from the uterine cavity. Some of the risk factors that might predispose one to abruption placenta are previous abruption placenta in the previous pregnancy that was not caused by a traumatic event. Another risk factor for abruption placenta is chronic high blood pressure during pregnancy. Another risk factor for abruption placenta is an acute trauma of the abdomen of the expectant. And the risk factor for abruption placenta is acute infectious process within the uterine cavity, known as chorioamnionitis. For those of extreme age, approximately 40 years and above, during their period of pregnancy, there is also an associated increased risk for abruption placenta. In other words, people who are 40 years and above stand a high risk of developing abruption placenta. And the last risk factor for this condition is premature rupture of uterine membrane, which might lead to rapid loss of amniotic fluid, and this might lead to abruption placenta. Some of the complications that might develop courtesy of this condition with regards to the expectant mother includes shock in an event where there is a copious or huge amount of blood loss. Another complication that might arise is anemia, acute kidney failure, and blood clotting disorders to the expectant mother. On the side of the fetus, we might experience restricted growth. We might also experience preterm delivery, and in an unfortunate event, we might end up with stillbirth. Technically, the expectant will deliver a baby, for lack of better words, who has passed on. Dear folks of Erickmedicineonline, we come to the end of this episode where we were taking a quick glance at this condition known as abruption placenta. Dear folks of Erickmedicineonline, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Eric Medicine. You can also follow me on TikTok, same name, Eric Medicine. Until next time, bye-bye.